Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Let's talk about an uncivilized mutt. This is Kevin Roberts. He is the president of the Heritage Foundation. He got a PhD in African American history and then used it to author Project 2025 and dismantle civil rights. Yeah, fam. It is past time that we start playing offense and stop playing defense. This dude went and studied African American history and then used everything that he learned to turn the tables and roll back civil rights. This dude is one of the worst of the worst. Now, what is the Heritage Foundation? It's a prominent Washington, D.C. based conservative think tank founded in 1973 to promote policies based on free enterprise, limited government, individual freedom, traditional American values, and a strong national defense. It significantly influences Republican policy and administration, notably through its Mandate for Leadership series. So these are the guys who put the pressure on Trump to roll back civil rights legislation. Yo, you're going to do this if you want the Republican vote. If you want the nomination, we're going to need you to back this 2025 plan. Remember, the entire time that Trump was running for president, the second term, he denied that he knew nothing of the 2025 plan. But from day one, when he got in office, he was signing executive orders that were directly aligned with 2025, with the 2025 plan. It was directly aligned. Now, as I said before, fam, what we got to do is we got to stop playing defense and we need to get on the offense. We got to show up where decisions are made. We got to get in them damn rooms by any means necessary. And I know it's a tall task, but let me tell you something. Those local elections, I cannot stress enough. I'm not the only one to do this. I mean, y'all have heard it before from a lot of people. Those local elections, city council, school board, prosecutors, judges, that's where you're going to get the biggest bang for your vote. Not the president. Local elections. Those judges decide wherever you lie your head is most likely where you're gonna end up. If you end up in a courtroom, you'll end up in a courtroom in your city where you lie your head, whether it be for a traffic ticket or something more serious, a civil suit or something more serious, right? You probably end up in a courtroom in the city where you lay your head, right? Where you lie your head. Now, prosecutors, same thing. You're going to face prosecutors, local prosecutors. You're going to face local judges. If you are dealing with children, if you have children, grandchildren, or whatever, you'll be dealing with a school board. That school board, elected officials, are stacked with elected officials. That city council, elected officials. That's your voice. That's your vote. You got direct impact in them. And this is the coolest thing about voting locally, right? You get up on your elected officials, right up on them. You get to get right up on them. Anybody trying to get in, you get to get right up on them. You can run into them you stand a better chance of having a direct conversation, a face-to-face conversation with them than you ever will with the president. And he don't have as much power as they do in your city. That's where you want to show up. We need to be in those damn rooms. We need to be in there where they're making those decisions. We got to have litigation watchdogs like they have. We got to have that watchdog work, you know. We got to have people like Cornell X and Derek Muhammad and Dr. Candace Matthews, boots on the ground. We got to have people like that, you know, who are making sure that they're looking out for the people's best interests. And we also have to have even more of that, more organization, more people on deck, understanding that there is a great benefit for being involved in those type of organizations. We got to have it. We got to do the work. Otherwise, we ain't never going to get no action. We got to support those groups that bring these cases and enforce laws. You know, the NAACP used to do great work at one point, but now, I mean, I got to call a strike, striking a ball, fam. You know, like I know people that's working with the NAACP who don't believe in it. You know, I know people that work with ACLU don't believe in it. But there are other organizations out there. You got to do your own homework. If you believe in it, then you do the work. You know, you support that group. If you believe in it, support it. But also, a lot of these groups, you know, they got tenure, they got history, they got the infrastructure. So, you know, maybe all they need is a new leader, and maybe you can be that new leader. Who knows? But we got to have watchdog organizations so that when we first get wind of a 2025, that it never even take flight. Like, how did the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, well, not the Legal Defense Fund, but the NAACP, ACLU, Southern Poverty Law Center, how did they let 2025 slip through the cracks? It did not slip through the cracks. They were well aware of it, just like the rest of us was. And they either did nothing to stop it purposely, or something else happened, fam. You know. So either they, I didn't see any big push to stop it. I didn't see anybody on the front lines bleeding saying, yo, this is coming down and we got to stop this before it take off. Like, these people have watchdog groups, they have think tanks, and they're constantly figuring out ways to move the goalpost, redistrict, gerrymander, leave us behind. They're constantly trying to figure out ways to incarcerate us, constantly trying to figure out ways to undereducate us, defund us on the education side. They're constantly trying to figure out ways to put us in the morgue. They're constantly trying to figure out ways to lower our birth rate. Constantly. We got to have think tanks that are constantly looking for ways to improve our lot in this country on a daily basis. They got to be at work and playing. That's offense, not defense. That's offense. And then when you see somebody doing something, whatever, you own it just like that. You own it. We got to have policy fluency, not just protests. You know, protests have its place, right? You know, it's something that you can do right away. You can pump your fist, wave a sign, let somebody know that you're passionate about an issue, right? Bring some attention. It does bring awareness, right? But after people become aware, there has to be policy. There has to be policy. That's the follow through. You gotta, read proposals. We gotta implement. We gotta get active. The Heritage Foundation's Project 2025, we should have been all over that. We heard about it, but it was like the boogeyman. It's like a lot of us, I think, was like, nah, they ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that. I wasn't one of those people. But some of us, I think, many of us was like, they're not gonna do that. That's crazy. Why would they do that? That don't make sense. That's going backwards. Well, this is the type of country that don't mind going backwards as long as it can maintain a certain privilege for a certain group. It don't mind going backwards. In fact, it looks forward to going backwards because that's what they mean when they say make America great again. We got to build coalitions. We got to build coalitions that can win, though. We got to get used to winning and not just getting lucky. We got to get used to winning. Like I'm talking about all the time, not sometimes, all the times. It don't matter who in office, don't matter what president in office. We got to get that Teflon Don thing going. And we got to be able to put some economic pressure on these people because at the end of the day, that's what it's going to boil down to. You can talk till you're blue in the face, but money make the world go around. Money move things. We got to invest in civic infrastructure. We got to really start looking out for ourselves, man, because we really are a nation within a nation. We're a nation within a nation. We got to have people running for office. We got to have people that are part of the staff of those who are running for office. We can't just have a person that look like us running for office and then everybody that's on their staff look like somebody else. Yeah, we got to have that, and we got to have accurate information. We got to have a media strategy. That's why it's so important for me to continue to do this channel. We got to have a media strategy. That media strategy, man, I don't think that some people really understand how serious that media strategy is. That media strategy is everything because misinformation weakens movements. And we got to support those media outlets. Yeah, we got work to do, man. Look, it's work, it's sacrifice, but we ain't really got no options. Unless you just want to lay down and roll up in a big old ball and cry or die. Losing is not an option. All hands on deck. We do not have an option. And we got to know our rights and use them. And we got to take care of the people that are doing the work. That's imperative. We got to take care of the people that are doing the work. The other side, they do that all day. They used to it. Oh, you gonna do the work? They take care of them. First and foremost, monetarily, they take care of the people that do the work. Some of us got the mentality that the work is supposed to be free. And if you really love the people, you should do it for nothing. Well, if they do it for nothing, how are they going to feed their family? How are they going to feed themselves? Then now they become the beggar. That don't make sense to me. We got to take care of the people who are doing the work. We got to take care of the people who are putting their reputations on the line. We got to take care of the people who are putting their freedom on the line, their lives on the line. We got to take care of those people. We got to take care of our activists who are putting the work in. We got to take care of them. We don't have to agree with everything they're doing, but if we know it's somebody out there that's doing that work, we might not even like their attitude. We might not like how they dress. We might not like how they talk. We might not like how they walk. We might not even like their religion. But if we know they are putting the work in for the people, if we know they love the people, we got to stop trying to make people perfect. See, we be trying to find perfect representation. Ain't nobody perfect, man. We all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God and our parents' expectations. So we got to learn to identify allies. Stop looking for perfect people. If that person is putting in the work and you know they doing the right thing, you know that they love the people, shit, man, that's your starting point right there. Go, take off. We got to take care of people who take care of us. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.